Happy Wednesday, friends, and welcome to our Wednesday night evening dip nail party. I am so excited as always to see you guys, and extra excited this week because I do know that we missed last week. I had a visit with family that got unexpectedly extended, so definitely had to make time for that, obviously. But we're here now, and I'm very excited about it. So I need to clear off my glasses, number one, because all I can see is freaking speckles. Gosh, am I unorganized. Perfect. Okay, there we go. So tonight we are going to accept that it is fall soon. And I was like, you know what? We're going to do some fall nails and some nail art and some glitter because my nails look like crap all weekend. I was painting the house and it was just a whole thing. So I was like, you know what? I want all the elements. I want nail art. I want glitter. I want all of it. So that is what we're doing tonight. Hello, Courtney. It is good to see you. And it looks like my face is frozen. 1 second, friends. Let's see what's going on here. Am I not moving on your end? Here, 1 second. I'm going to see if I can fix what is going on. What is happening? Sorry, friends, we're running into a tech issue here. Hello, hello, I am still here. I'm just trying to fix my silly camera. What is happening? Why are you doing this to me right now? Oh. Are we back on? Okay. Oh. Are we there? I think we're here. Oh, okay. Crisis averted. There we go. Hello, friends. All right, so let's get into it. So first of all, this is the look that we are doing this evening. Like I said, glitter, nail art. This was like the sunflower to do, okay? It was interesting, but we got her done. So there is that. I'm very excited about how that turned out. And then we're gonna be doing some glitter and then also glitter ombre. Is a look. It is a fall look, okay? So we are fully diving into fall tonight, friends. And then to create this look, I am again diving into the Kiara Sky Dip Liquids. For colors, we are all Rebel Nail this evening. So I have Cider, Patina, and Spice. So Patina is that dark brown that you see. I've got Spice as the base for the sunflower, and then Cider, of course, is that gorgeous, gorgeous autumn glitter that we're going to be using. So that is what we're using there. And then to create the sunflower nail art, we are going to be using the Beetles gel liner. So we got a lot going on, so let's dive into it. The first thing I'm going to do is dip all of my nails. So I'm going to grab my Patina, and I'm going to grab Spice. You guys know that I do glitter in kind of a funky order, so I'll walk you through how we do it. I'm going to basically just do one full dip on my middle finger, and then I'm going to do just the 3 dips on the ombre. The reason that I do these slightly differently with glitter is just to avoid the nail being too chunky and thick and all those things that can kind of happen with chunky glitter. So, yay, Jana, you're here. I'm so glad. Thank you. Christy, thank you for hitting that share button. And friends, please don't hesitate to double tap your screen, send a like as we go along, and of course, hit that share button. Sharing is caring, and it helps me out a ton, and I so appreciate it. So thank you in advance in case I missed the share notification. But let's get into it. So we are going to grab our base coat. Again, we are using Kiara Sky Dip Liquids. And we are going to dip into Patina first. So get that thumb ready, and I will move this up a little bit just so you guys can see better. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's do it. So doing a full dip, we are going to start the brush in the middle of the nail. We are going to push all the way back, pull forward. I've got something weird on my nail. 1 second. Good grief. Oh, no, it was nothing. Okay. Pull forward, swoop the sides, And then dip right into the powder. Tap off that excess, grab our toothpick that has not gotten lost on us yet. And we are going to circle around the edges like so, and there is dip number 1. Hello, Marissa. This is what we are doing today. We're doing a super fall manicure. Also, I'm normalizing having one short nail. I was going to fix it with the tip, but this one still needs to grow out, and I was like, you know what? Whatever. You know, I didn't feel like putting on a tip today, so we got one uneven one. It happens. We're just rocking with it today. Real, live, raw manicures. Alright, so again, starting that brush in the middle of the nail, pushing back, pushing forward. Chrissy, thank you again for hitting that like or share button. Hello, my Picasso. How are you? Alright. Just wanted to see that nail up close for a second. And then for the ring finger, the base is going to be spiced, so we are going to dip into there. Now, I'm going to be doing a full dip of that chunky glitter, so I'm just doing one dip of color underneath as a base, and then I'm going to be dipping the glitter over top, so we're actually not going to dip the middle finger any longer. Ooh, Sarah, what are you doing on your nails right now? Is there a specific brand of base coat I like best? So Virgo and Gem West Coast dips, you guys know they're my favorite. I also really like the Manicure Dippy set on Amazon for an affordable option, and these Kira Sky liquids are great as well. So Virgo and Gem and West Coast dips are great. If you're a beginner, I would lean more towards West Coast dips because they have a slightly longer dry time, and they're both roughly in a midpoint price range. Manicure is great, but it is more on the affordable end, so if price point is a thing, Manicure is good. If you are not looking, you don't care about budget, Kira Sky is fantastic. But again, these ones are a little bit more pricey. So those are like the 4 I would recommend. But again, I know price can be a thing, so that's something to consider too. Fega? Is that how you say it? Sorry, I'm terrible at pronunciation, and I hate butchering people's names. So Tundra Dip actually is a very good brand as well. Ooh, very nice, Sarah. That's awesome. I am not a football follower, but I did get a memo from my husband that he has to miss his softball game or something because he's got to be in his football fantasy draft, which I guess means 'tis the season, right? Hello, Chelsea. I just saw you pop in here. Anna is here. Hello, how are you? Oh, amazing. What's for dinner tonight? I'm glad you caught me too. I feel like we're finally reconnecting. Summer's over, schedules are less crazy. Ooh, delicious. Hello, Autumn. It's good to see you. All right, so we just did our first dip. So like I said, I'm going to skip the middle finger from here on out because I'm just going to do that chunky glitter over top, but we are going to continue dipping the rest of them as normal. So for those of you who are new here and not used to the usual dip process that I do follow the TikTok application method, which is to build an apex. It adds strength to the nail, helps our manicures last longer, which we love. So this next dip, we are only going to go halfway up the nail to build up that apex. So we're going to start the brush just slightly below half, push up to the halfway point and down, and then paint the bottom half of the nail. The other thing I like to do on this step is to cap those edges just by running the brush very, very lightly over the free edge. And the reason that we do this is to make sure that we can avoid being in Chip City. We like a long-lasting manicure, all right? Yes, Shannon. Sorry, Schmitz. We are doing a fall look because I am a basic fall bee, okay? Okay? I'm just embracing it. I'm embracing it. Also, we have a frost advisory tonight, so where I live, and I mean, as much as I love fall, I'm not. That doesn't please me exactly. So, my poor plant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Denise, the reason we're just doing half the nails is because we're building up that apex to add strength to the nail. So we're following what is called the TikTok method. So on our next dip, we are actually going to do a 3/4 dip. Again, just building up that apex on the nail, which will give it a little bit more strength to make our manicures last. 99 degrees, Sarah. Wow. Yes, Jada. You know what? I know you guys say you'd rather have it than extreme heat, but the thing with where we are is like, yes, fall is amazing, but it also means that minus 30 weather is coming sooner than we'd like. So that's why we get a little triggered when the leaves start to fall. It's a beautiful time of year, of course, but it does mean not so nice things on the other side. All right, so now that we've got our second dip in place, we're gonna go ahead with the third dip. Like I said, we're building the apex. We're gonna dip 3/4 of the nail this time. And I do like to cap on this dip as well. So we're gonna start the brush in the middle of the nail, push back to that 3/4 mark, pull down, and then paint that bottom 3/4. And capping that edge. And dipping the nail. Denise, I live in Ontario, Canada. That is true, Jana. I do love fall weather, and that's what I mean. I love embracing it. I just know, and I like the beginning of winter. I like Ontario, Canada, December winter, and then January to March, I'm over it, you know, because that's when minus 30, and I'm talking minus 30 Celsius. I think it's basically the same in Fahrenheit at that point. I think it gets pretty close to evening out. But yeah, when it gets like that cold with the wind chill, not for me, you know? It's not cute anymore. Frankie, thank you for hitting that like button. I so appreciate it. Ooh, Jillian, we are neighbors. Alora, how do I feel about peel base? Peel base is definitely a great option for people. I don't generally use it. I'm pretty hard on my nails, so I don't really like fully trust it for me. So I haven't really spent a lot of time using it. However, there are so many people that love peel base. It is a great removal option, especially if you are not keen to want to do the soak off method with acetone. So for me, it's more of just a personal preference thing, not necessarily because I don't like it or anything like that. But I do feel like I should start experimenting with it more, you know? Oh, Jana, you are so brave. Linda, thank you for hitting that share button. I so appreciate it. All right. So now that we've done that third dip, I'm gonna switch things up a little bit. Like I said, I'm missing the middle finger because I'm gonna do a full dip in that glitter. I'm also going to stop doing the thumb at this point as well because I'm gonna do a glitter ombre. So the reason I like to stop here is because I like with the glitter ombre to not build up around my cuticle too much and make it bulky. So I'm going to file this down and make it nice and smooth, and then I'm gonna glitter ombre, clear powder over top. And I just find this, again, helps with any bulkiness and gives you a really nice finish. Oh, Denise, she is in for it. Oh, Laura, that's totally fair. And again, like I said, I don't think peel base is bad. I think it is a good option, especially in your case where you don't want to be soaking in acetone or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more full dips. Sorry, 3 more full dips. We're going to do 1 more full dip on the pointer finger in this brown. I was really stretching it, trying to get that full coverage. My goodness. I'm not clearly getting not enough on my brush here. I can see that it's not spreading. There we go. Muchas better. Okay. And then we're going to do 1 more dip of the brown. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we have all of our base dip colors done. So we got a glitter, and then we got to nail art this little sunflower in here. So what I am going to do is first, of course, brush off that extra powder. I'm going to activate. I'm going to buff what is here, make it nice and smooth. Then we're going to get into the glitter, finish up our dip powder process, and then I'm going to get into the gel nail art. So grabbing our activator. Now the reason that I like to activate and buff before glitter is I just find, especially with a chunkier glitter, it can be a real bee to work with, you know? And I know a lot of people have a hard time with it. So for me, this is the technique that I've used that I found helps everything go a lot smoother. So if you apply the glitter to a nice smooth surface, it makes it a whole lot easier to get a nice smooth finish at the end. Whereas if you apply the glitter to a base that is really like bumpy or anything like that, obviously you're then going to put the glitter on bumps and you're going to have to buff that out. You're going to dig into your glitter. It's going to create a whole big mess. I'd rather not deal with it, you know? I'd rather not go down that path. So we are going to make it a nice smooth surface before we get into the glitter. Amanda, thank you for hitting that share button. I so appreciate it. All right, so I'm just going to wait for my activator to harden. I do find with the Kiara Sky, the activator definitely does take a hot minute to seal, you know? Some are real fast. This one's not as fast, but it is a really good liquid base, so well worth the wait. Bum, bum, bum. I might even do a second coat just to make sure we got everything. Okie dokie. Also, for those of you who are just popping in, here's a look at what we are doing this evening. Again, very, very fallish. I was so excited actually because I thought that this was going to be like one of those Pinterest situations. I saw this particular sunflower on Pinterest and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna do it, see how it works out, and it turned out. So I'm pretty excited about it. Thank you, Tundra Dip. Hello, it is great to see you. Oh, we're losing the camera. Okay. I think we are in good shape to buff. So I'm gonna start just by sharpening up the edges. I do all of my main shaping before I dip. So all I'm doing here is just going around the edges to make sure that we've got everything nice and clean. And then I'm just gonna buff everything out. So grabbing my curved file, which is my favorite to use. The curved is really good for getting around the cuticles without tearing them up. So we're just going to start. I'm gonna go in one direction down on one side, getting rid of any lumps and bumps. Then I'm gonna go down in one direction on the other side. Hello, Smudge. Thank you for hitting that share button. I so appreciate it. And the little sunflower emojis. Love it. Love it. Nicole, these are 180 grit files. 100 and 180. And then because it's a full dip, I'll show you. So we're gonna go around and just blend that cuticle area. So I just like to go around the edges and blend that in. This helps with getting rid of that kind of rigid edge. That way you don't catch anything on your hair, which is uber annoying. Perfect. I'm just gonna leave that. Same thing here, just going around the edges to blend in that cuticle line. You are welcome, Nicole. And these are just the Manicure files as well. I do have these shared on Amazon. They are great. Sharpen these sides up. Yes, Sarah, we are twins. Okay. Just about to have all this buffed out, and then we're gonna get into the fun glitter part. Then we're gonna get into the nail art. It's a whole thing tonight. Like I said, I felt the need to just really do it all, you know? Full glitter, ombre glitter, nail art. I missed you guys so much last week. I was like, we gotta do it all. Camera really wants to point up today. Every time I bump it, it's like looking in the wrong direction. Okay, I'm gonna just do my quick check on the edges, which I think we are in good shape. This is my up close, you know, right in my face, so I can actually see because I'm blind. done that, I'm just going to take my little orange buffer block and finish these off. And then it is glitter time. Judy, yes. So I use a mixture of acetone and rubbing alcohol. If you go over to my TikTok profile, I do have a tutorial for how I mix that together. And that is what I use to cleanse the nail, remove oils and moisture before I dip anything. Oh, I saw a light go on. I was like, what is going on? I thought I was going crazy. How do I feel about Revel liquids? Well, I will start with the positive and say I love Revel powders. Their powders are great. They've got a lot of great colors, but their liquids I don't love. Their liquids, number one, the base coat tends to go on a little bit too thick. As soon as I switch, because it's actually the first one I started with too as a beginner, which was great, but then I realized when I switched to an easier liquid to work with, my life got a lot better. The other thing with the Revel liquids is the bottles are so prone to gluing shut, which is so aggravating, even with your best efforts. Whereas I found other brands, I've never had another brand where I have to so carefully take care of the bottles to have them not glue shut. So I'm not a fan of their liquids. However, their powders, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we're smooth. We're ready to glitter. So I'm going to start by doing the full dip. So glitter that we are using is Revel, actually, and it is cider. So because this is a chunkier glitter, we're gonna lay our nail flat. You don't wanna push it in. If you push it in, your glitter is gonna stick up all weird. It's gonna cause you problems. You're gonna hate your life. It's terrible. We don't want that. So we're gonna lay our finger in flat, and that is going to help everything lay flat so that we get a nice smooth finish. So to do that, let's grab our base coat. And we're going to paint the entire nail. And like I said, we're going to lay that nail flat into the powder. Turn it around. Give her a little tappy tap, make sure everything is laying flat. I'm going to grab that toothpick, and this is just going to help remove any glitter that might be sticking in that cuticle line area. Like so. Right? That's all there is to it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is a glitter ombre. So I'm going to let that dry, then we're going to encapsulate it in clear, but we're going to do the ombre first. So you can see this is what we're trying to accomplish here. So to do that, we're gonna grab a fluffy brush, but not too fluffy. I find a tighter fluffy brush like this works really well. So to do an ombre, what I like to do is just paint the base liquid roughly where I want the glitter to fall. So you can see I'm just kind of focusing mainly on the top here. And then I'm going to point my nail down like this. I'm gonna tap into the glitter. And then I'm just going to sprinkle it on there. And then I'm going to grab my toothpick, circle it around, and there is our little ombre. Perfect. Okay. That's the glitter. So now we want to encapsulate these in a clear dip powder. The reason we do this is if you start, oh, we lost my face. Hello, Victoria. It's good to see you. Hello, Danielle. Shannon, yes, we are using Kira Sky. Coley, thank you for hitting that share button. I so appreciate it. All right, so we're going to encapsulate in clear. So the reason we encapsulate in clear is if, like I said, if you do try to buff right over this glitter, you're going to end up wrecking the glitter. It's going to cause a whole mess. We don't want that. So to protect it, we're going to encapsulate in clear. So we're just going to brush off our excess glitter. And then I'm going to paint the entire nail with base coat. And dip into the clear. I'm going to do the same thing with the thumb. There we go. And then we need to activate buff. I'm going to activate top coat the dip fingers, and then we're going to get into doing the nail art here on the sunflower. Oh, Courtney! That's okay. You only missed up to the glitter. You did not miss the nail art section yet. So we're just finishing up the glitter. We're going to top coat everything else except the ring finger and then get into the nail art. So I'm going to first get rid of the extra clear powder. So we just want to activate these. Just applying these pretty thick just with the glitter to make sure that they do fully cure. Then I'm going to leave that for a moment. You didn't miss the entire mani, Courtney. You are here for the fun part, the nail art. How many coats, layers of dip do I use total? So technically, on the fingers that are just a normal color, technically there's 4. So there's a full dip, then there's a half dip, then there's a 3/4 dip, and then another full dip. The reason I do that is to build up the apex on the nail, and that is going to add strength to the nail. So technically 4, but they're not all full dips. All right, let's see, there's like a weird point there. I'm gonna do the same here. Just sharpening up the edges. Sorry guys, I just gotta do my up close so I could see. Perfect. And then these are pretty much shaped. So all I'm gonna do is just get my buffer and just lightly buff the surface to make sure everything is nice and smooth and ready for top coat. Thank you, Courtney. You are welcome, Morgan. I hope that's helpful. Adriana, yes, these are my real nails this evening. I have done dip powder on both tips of my natural nails. And I followed the exact same process in either scenario, except obviously adding tips before I dip. But basically you just dip over your tips as you would your normal natural nail. A weird sticky outy piece there. All right, that is good. Okay, so we are going to activate, we're going to top coat, and then like I said, get into the nail art. So I'm going to grab my activator, and I'll walk you guys through the top coat process, because I do know that that causes way too much grief for you guys, or not everybody, but especially people who are learning. So After you've buffed everything, you're gonna apply your activator to all of your nails. The activator is necessary in order for the top coat to cure. The problem is that you gotta do it with the right timing so that you don't end up with any curing issues with your top coat. So we're just gonna apply that on. And then I'm going to take a lint-free wipe. You can use a paper towel too if you got that on hand, and we're just gonna wipe away the excess top coat. Shelly, so for this manicure I used All Revel. I used Spice, Patina, and Cider. I love dip powders from so many companies, to be quite honest with you. I do love Revel. They have a great selection. West Coast Dips, Virgo and Gem, fantastic. There's so many. All right, so after you activate, we're gonna grab our top coat, and what we are gonna do in this first layer is apply 3 very quick strokes. We wanna limit the contact time that the brush has with the nail to avoid the top coat brush from hardening. So we are going to just 1, 2, 3 on every finger, obviously except for the ring because we are prepping that one for a beautiful sunflower. And now that we've done that, we're gonna go in and do a proper layer. So we're just going to apply this as we normally would, make sure we get in all the crevices. Now, one of the most important things with the top coat is to make sure you cap those edges. So just run the brush lightly over the free edge. And that is gonna be one of the most major things for preventing chips. Just gonna finish this up, and then once we are done this part, we are gonna go in and do that nail art. I find for me, I mean, you can do this in any order you want. I just like to do this, get it out of the way, so then I can just focus on the fun part. Just mentally feels like I've overcome a milestone, you know? There we go. Morgan, regardless, I get about anywhere from 7 to 14 days for my manicures. Now, I do my nails every week, usually on these live dip manicures. So I change mine out weekly, but I usually get up to 14 days. Anything past that, I don't like to grow out. But the length of your manicure will rely heavily on your nail prep process. So I do have a tutorial pinned to my TikTok account that goes through my nail prep process, and that has definitely made a huge difference in how long my manicures last. Allie is here. Allie, you were here just in time. We are about to do sunflower nail art. Shelly, you are very welcome. All right, friends. So now that we got that, we're gonna go into the nail art. So to do the nail art, I am using a combination of the Beetles gel liners. Now I actually had to kind of mix these up myself a little bit because the colors weren't quite exactly what I wanted them to be. So yeah, I had to do some mixing. So we have those. We're also going to be using our nail art brushes. We're going to need a dotting tool, and then I also have my full cure lamp here ready to go. So let's get into it. Morgan, I'm so glad. Yes, Frankie. I'm so excited for you to try it. Okay. So basically how I did this one is I started by doing just the brown center, then I got into doing some color blending with the petals, and then I did the outlining with the white. So it's kind of like a multi-step process. I just guessed and it worked out. So I'm going to show you guys how I did it because I saw a picture on Pinterest for this particular nail art. I don't know if this is how they did it, but it's how I did it. So let's just get her started. So we're going to take our brown and our liner brush. So I'm going to grab this and just run it through the brown. And then basically I'm just going to do like a half moon here. So can you guys see? I'm going to move you guys in because I think this also makes it easier for me to see. How's that? Is that good? That must be good. You guys get a very nice close up there. Okay. So I'm going to do a half Not even fully a half moon, but just a circle, if you will. Here on the nail, a partial circle. And then I'm going to fill that in. Okay, that's all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna just pop this in here for a quick cure, and then we're gonna get into doing the petals. Whew. Oh no, Allie, I hope everything went well. Jana is correct. I had to reschedule last week because I had some family visits to attend to, so you didn't miss anything. But I do hope your surgery went well. I hope recovery is going okay as well. Okay, so for this next part, I'm going to be dipping into that orange that I kind of mixed up, and I'm going to be using the end of this dotting tool first, and then we're going to create petals. I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh no, Allie. Okay, I'm so glad to hear you're doing well. Okay, we are back. Okay, so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm going to take my dotting tool. I'm just going to dip into that orange. And then I'm going to basically like lay out the petals. So we're going to do a dot everywhere. I want a petal, putting a little bit of space between them and a little bit of space between where that brown is. Okay, so this is kind of hard to see. That is okay. It's all going to get brightened up when we get the white outlining and the yellow done. So I'm going to grab my nail brush here. And I'm not going to add anything. I'm just going to draw these into, I'm going to drag the dots into be the shape of a petal. So basically just bringing that orange down. Into a petal shape. Again, I know these colors blend, so it's hard to kind of see, but it will all come together once we get that yellow on there. Okay, so this, again, I know it's hard to see. That is okay. We're gonna brighten her up in a second. Okay, so, sorry, I'm just trying to make it so you guys can see that a little bit better, right? So now that we have that, I'm just gonna do a quick flash cure because I don't want the orange to kind of meld into the yellow quite yet. Oh my gosh, Allie, I bet you deserve to do your nails, girl. Like, good grief. What a week you must have had. All right, so we're back at it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the yellow and we're just gonna start from the bottom and kind of paint that yellow up. And then I'll show you guys how I blended everything. So I'm gonna focus on getting the yellow in there. Okay. Just trying to get it at the tips of those petals that I just drew. do. I'm going to go back over these two once I'm done just to brighten up that yellow on the tips. Right now I'm just trying to limit how much yellow I actually have on the brush because I don't want it to get everywhere. So now that we've got that base down, I'm just going to add in a little bit more color just to brighten it up. Okay, so you can kind of see we're starting to get it. And now at this next part, I'm going to do the ombre. So I'm not going to pop into the light. I'm actually just going to grab some of that yellow, or sorry, orange. And I'm going to kind of like dab it in up at the top to try to start to blend it into that yellow. Okay, getting the colors off my brush. I'm going to grab some of that yellow, try to blend it up a little bit as well. Oh, okay. Okay, so there we go. Okay, hopefully you guys can see. Sorry about the camera, I keep bumping everything. It's a whole thing. So I'm gonna do a full cure on that, and then we're gonna get into the white detailing, and the white is where everything kind of just pops and gets brought to life. Jules, it's, yeah. I'm like zoned in when I'm doing this, that is for sure. Whew, I feel like I can breathe for a second. Just get the white done, and then we're gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Jules, thank you for hitting that like button. I so appreciate it. I'm like, again, I freaking love these. I was so excited that it worked out because I really thought I was going hard, too hard with the sunflower today. But yeah, just breaking it up like that I think definitely helped accomplish. I was a little concerned about how to get that ombre, you know, in the petals, but yeah, doing the orange, doing a flash cure, then blending the yellow in like I did, that seemed to be fairly straightforward. I actually, fun fact, I didn't even have to wipe this off and start again one time. So I feel like you guys should give it a try, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so now that we've got that cured, we're gonna go in with the white details. So we're just gonna grab a little bit of white. First thing we're gonna do is just outline the center. Like so. And then we're gonna outline the petals, but we don't really wanna go all the way around the petals. We're kind of just focusing on outlining the base of them. So I'm just gonna go here, and then I'm gonna kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just flicking it up, you know? You can see already, like, the white makes such a difference with these. Ah, Anna, thank you. It's, yeah, yeah. I like to experiment, and like I said, sometimes it works out for me, sometimes maybe not so much, but this one definitely felt like it was a win. All right, perfect. So hopefully you guys can see there that I didn't quite, just wanna make sure this isn't blurry, get all the way up to that tip. I just wanted to kind of fill in the ends to blend it in. And then the very last thing we're gonna do is just the speckles in the middle. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in and I'm gonna very lightly, don't want a lot of white on the brush, I just wanna lightly tap all over to make the center of the sunflower. Like so. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna pop that in for a full cure. We're gonna give that a top coat and then we're done. That's it. Why does your top coat sometimes dry streaky? Jess, it could be a timing issue. I do have a top coat application tutorial on my TikTok. It's like the very first playlist for tip application. If you watch that, I do have a top coat application video that walks you through the process. There's a few little tricks in there that might help get you a nice, clean, smooth, shiny finish. Jess, oh, okay, Jess, don't let it dry on that first layer. Go in right away with the second layer. That might be what's causing it, because again, you need the activator and you need, like, it's got to be a timing thing in order for everything to cure properly. So after you do that first layer, do each finger and then immediately go in with the top coat. That's going to make a big difference with getting a nice proper cure at the end. Madeline, yes, these are my natural nails. Tara, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, we are all done with the nail art. I'm gonna go in with my top coat and we are going to apply that, give it a nice finish, and then we're done. We did it. Now, just so you guys know too, I am using gel top coat over this just because this was gel nail art. We were just talking about top coat, so I just want to make sure that I distinguish that we are using a different type of top coat because of the nail art. All right, so there we go. We're gonna pop that in for a full cure, and then we're done. We're gonna cuticle oil, and then we're done. Yes, Jess, I hope that that helps. Madeline, yeah, I will say, because I've got over 30 years of biting my nails. Keeping dip on my nails made a huge difference. I've always bit my nails. They were always super duper short, bitten all the way back. But keeping dip on my nails prevents me from actually biting them or putting them in my mouth or any habitual stuff. And it's allowed me to grow my nails for the first time in my life ever. So I highly recommend checking it out. It made a huge difference for me, for sure. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Courtney. You guys are the sweetest. Just need a cure, and then we're all done. There we go, my friends. That's it. That's all. Oh, there we go. We are ready for fall. You guys can see that. Let me get a further away. Does that work? Is that pretty? Is that what nail people do? You know? Perfect. Amanda, I am using the Sun UV nail lamp. Madeline, this is Patina, the brown by Revel Nail. Oh, Allie, yeah. So Patina is the brown, Cider is the glitter, and Spiced is the burnt orange that's underneath the sunflower. And I did use Kiara Sky Dip Liquids tonight. For the actual nail art, I used Beetle's gel liners, the same kit that I always talk about with all the colors in it. I use that one, and then I also use the Young Nails stain resistant top coat to do just this top coat on the sunflower. Madeline, the name of the color is Patina. It's by Revel Nail. Thank you, Autumn. I appreciate that. There we go. Well, my friends, I guess that's it for another evening. We have officially broken the seal into fall nails. We're in it. So I guess here comes the browns, the reds, the wine colors. I love fall manicures so much. I just wish, and I love fall weather so much, I just wish it didn't mean that summer was coming to an end, you know? I really enjoy being outside in the sunshine, so I'm like feeling very much on the fence right now about how I feel. But the plus side, I do love fall manicures. They are my favorite, with my favorite colors of the year. So thank you, Amanda. I so appreciate that. Anywho, my friends, okay, so I will be posting this replay up. If you would like to get email reminders for when I go live, if you would like to get email reminders when the replay goes live, you can go over to my TikTok profile, click the link. If you scroll down and see where you can put your email address in, I do send updates there, so definitely go check that out if you're not already on the list. Other than that, I guess I better get back to posting nail videos. I do know that it's been a bit of a slump. These last couple weeks have been busy on a family front, so you know, sometimes you just got to take that time for yourself, and that's basically where I've been at. But I have not disappeared or anything like that, so I will be back to hopefully regular programming again next week, getting some new nail inspo tutorials and whatnot, and probably cooking up some new different content for you guys that I'd like to share and have fun with. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Gardening videos, maybe? I love gardening. I like talking about plants. But yeah, I'm going to be probably sharing some more different types of content in addition to all the nail inspo and tutorials that you guys are used to and love. So yeah, that is the plan. But for right now, it is time to call it a night. So I will see everybody next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their evening. Jelly. Oh, what did I use to make the drawing? I just used these gel nail art liners by Beetles, and I used nail art brushes. Perfect. You are welcome, Smudge. Awesome, friends. Okay, well, I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Here in Canada, it is a long weekend. I'm not 100% certain if it's a long weekend as well for our American friends, but in any case, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you sign up for those email alerts so you don't miss hanging out. Oh my gosh, I lost my face. Good grief. What a way to go out. My camera just shut me down. It's like my camera didn't want me to talk anymore. There we go. Awesome. You are welcome, Jelly. Amanda, have a great week as well. My friends, have a great night. I will chat with everybody very soon. Bye, Anna.